Hello, everyone. Um, Doing something a little different this time on the channel. I am not Rich. I am not Andrew. Both of them decided to take the week off, well deserved. A lot of stuff going on, working on some different stuff. If you don't know who I am, I am MG Geek. I am the producer for Matt Men Podcast. I also help with Wrestling Observer Live, and I also produce the UFC watch alongs with Matt Ryan during the UFC pay per views. So I do a lot of stuff on the channel, but now we've decided to maybe try to do some a little bit more. And I might be a little green at this. I do understand that, but we just said what the heck. Um, and so we're gonna try some different stuff. So I'm gonna do a Money in the Bank prediction because why not? We didn't want to. I didn't think it was necessary for us to all take a week off, so I'm doing this pretty late. It's actually early Saturday morning when I record this, so I'm just gonna run through it, and we're gonna go through this card starting. I will say this: I did want to say one thing about the build of this. Some of these matches felt a little like kind of the women's tag was rushed. The men's some of the other matches were kind of thrown together, but for the most part there were good builds. And the one that I'm thinking of is Intercontinental Championship, where it was kind of stuck in the middle, and it didn't get the bill. It didn't get the time I think it needed in the right places on the card, because I think it got stuffed in the middle that second hour of most Raws, and we didn't get the build that I wanted to make this a good match. Having said that, I think Gunther and Riddle are going to go out here and kill it, and this might be the best worked match of the card. I don't know if they'll open with this. This feels like one they could. Uh, they could also open with the heavyweight championship match. But yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go ahead and say Gunther is gonna retain, and Imperium gets involved, and it's kind of a schmaz finish, setting up hopefully a rematch at SummerSlam, because I think that would be quite good, and then maybe Riddle wins it there. Just a thought. Yeah, we're gonna go that way. Okay, so this next match, and I have these listed in any particular order. I'm not trying to be like predict the order, but on SmackDown tonight, Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio was slated to be the main event, which at first I was like, why are they putting that last? If that's the case, and there's only one reason they're putting it last, in my opinion, and that's because one, Brock Lesnar decided to make the flight over to London just to do a run in at the end of the show and cost Cody. And now we're going to end up Dominic gets the win, and that's the prediction. I'm going to say it outright, one way or the other. Dominic somehow is going to pull this off. But my ultimate prediction on this is it is via Brock Lesnar, because that makes too much sense that um, Brock would interfere, setting up the um, SummerSlam match that has been reported to be happening, and with some sort of stipulation, like a bull rope or something. Something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah. So yeah, Dominic wins. Um, I'm also gonna say that the next one. Okay, so the next one was the one that was thrown together kind of quick, and maybe it had to do with Liv Morgan coming back and a little ahead of time. And so Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. I still say Gonzalez. I still say it, but it is what it is. I think Ronda and Shayna have to retain here. Um, they want they want to start utilizing NXT more and having them go down there. Having a Ronda Rousey on NXT to pop a rating every so often is probably good business. And as much as I know that means Liv Morgan is going to end up eating the L again, because that's what they do with her. But they could play the shoulder game and say that she wasn't ready to come back, and give a reason why she lost and make it not taste so bad, I guess. But yeah, Shane and Ronda, uh, World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins against Finn Balor. The whole story here is going back to SummerSlam from 2016, where Finn wins, but in the process blows out his entire shoulder uh, for the buckle bomb that Seth gave him in the off the apron, or yeah, on the barrier, the side of the ring. That's what it was. Yeah, so that's the build. That's what they're doing. They've actually done a pretty good job of building this. This is one that's always that has been highlighted on Raw. Seth Rollins is so over. He's going to stand in the middle of the ring for 20 minutes. As a London sings his song. I expect London to be off the chain as far as the crowd participation in this entire show. Just very similar to what Puerto Rico was, if not more. Um, you did watch SmackDown, and we'll get to the next match, but Bailey got huge reactions as she always does. I expect Finn and Seth. If Gunther and Riddle doesn't give the best work match, this will be for sure. Um, there's a story there. I don't know if, depending on where the other matches are on the card, if any other Judgment Day will be involved. But yeah, this could be match of the night. I'm gonna say, and I went back and forth on this one a couple times now, because Finn pulling out an upset here would make a lot of sense, just to shake it up and give an upset that you weren't expecting. But I'm gonna stay safe and say it's gonna be Seth retaining. Um, okay, so next, women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I really kind of want. I know who I want to win. I know who's been kind of pushed and hinted at winning, and that would be Becky Lynch. There's a lot of good people in this match. Zelina Vega versus Becky Lynch versus Bailey versus Io Sky versus Trish Stratus versus Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark has got a lot of the is still pretty green, especially on the mic. She's going to be there. I think she's in this to get experience in these kind of matches. I don't know how much she's going to do. Of course, you have Trish Stratus, who they're probably going to tease winning this, is a big ad. I can't believe she wants to do this at her age, but okay, cool. She's in great shape. She looks awesome. If she can still go and she wants to go, more power to her. The story, obviously, Becky. They keep saying Becky has never won. Becky has never won. They're pretty much setting it up that Becky Lynch is probably going to win this. At least that's what it feels like. But I feel like the Bailey Eel Sky damage control story is going to be a catalyst in this match, where Bailey is almost going to win it, but the one that prevents her from winning is going to be Io. That's the story they've been telling, and Io's going to almost have it, and everybody's going to be going nuts because of the reaction she got at Backlash. Everybody knows who she are. London and England's a smart crowd. They know who she is and knows her history in Japan. And then here comes Becky Lynch. And maybe Bailey pulls Io down and Becky goes up and gets the Money in the Bank. It's going to be something like that. I think Becky will get the Money in the Bank. Not my first choice, but just based on what the story has been, that's where I'm going with it. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Santos Escobar versus Butch versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest versus Logan Paul. Yeah. Love to see Shinsuke win this. They are doing more with him. I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, I think we all know where this is going. It's between two people. It's between LA Knight and Logan Paul. And they've been telling the story on SmackDown last couple weeks. They've been going back and forth. Logan showed up on SmackDown tonight and uh to and got all kinds of heat in London, as he should. I'm glad they've stopped trying to make him a babyface. They realize he's a heel and he's gonna get booed, especially in that market. And then LA Knight came out and got a huge pop. He is so over. I think the finish is probably going to be something like Logan Paul is going up. Looks like he's going to get it. And then at the last second, something happens. LA Knight knocks him off, takes advantage, and gets it. But there's going to be a lot of heat on Logan Paul, and we're going to end up with that finish. And yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be LA Knight. At least it should. The other one that I know they teased tonight, Butch. Butch is going to be a fan favorite in London. So you know if I had to pick a dark horse, it'd be him. But the story has been L.A. Knight. I'd be surprised if they put it on anyone else. If they're going to tease putting it on Logan Paul just to piss everybody off. It actually would be, and if you've listened to Andrew at all, he on Mat Men or even on Wrestling Observer Live, he has talked about the marketing aspect of having it on Logan Paul, and they could do that and have him like take the briefcase away and only come in every now and again, and it would keep it fresh from that standpoint. But LA Knight is right in front of you, man. If you want the thing on TV every week, he's got the charisma to make it interesting every time. So that's where I'm going there. Last match, Bloodline Civil War, the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. This is, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about what SummerSlam main event's going to be. But my gut right now and what's been happening is a four-way with these four gentlemen for Roman's title at SummerSlam. I think that's where this is leading. The Usos have been talking about no one's been able to pin Roman in 3 years. And they helped, and now they're going to pin him. I think that's the finish of this match. Somehow Solo Sikoa makes a mistake, accidentally either super kicks Roman or ducks out of a super kick and Roman gets it. They've been setting that up, and somehow Roman ends up eating the pin. There's the resentment, mad at everybody, mad at Solo for either kicking him or whatever his involvement is in the finish of this. That's going to set up. Roman takes the pin. I'm going to say Jey Uso gets the pin on Roman. And it will probably be cheap. It probably will be a lot of controversy, but I think it sets up a four-way at SummerSlam. And that's kind of where I am with Money in the Bank. Like I said, this is a quick little just prediction thing. No big deal. Thought I would just jump on and give some thoughts on it. And then the boys will be back next week with another Mat Men, and we may just start doing more of this kind of stuff. Until then, peace.